Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. It's a ladder match between two very strong players. We got Blackheart playing UEF and Blast playing Cyber. So the map is Point of Reach, 20 by 20 map, a custom map with a lot of mass, multiple island expansions, and a lot of water. So let's see. Sad faces from both players. Great start. Blast is gonna build 4 mexes, no power generators. Same for Mr. Blackheart. We got a couple trees got reclaimed there. So I think if you build 4 mexes and no P-gens before the hydro, and you just send all your engineers there immediately and just start building power and stuff, you will stall power. So he's grabbed a little bit of tree reclaim, and he's actually gonna expand with this engineer and this engineer, so no worries on the power stall there. Blast, very similar. I'm not sure why. Well, I can see why he does this. Over here he's getting tree reclaim, but I'm not sure why they take a bit longer to expand this way. So these are the closest mexes to you, other than the 5 here, and yeah, I'd probably be expanding there ASAP, but Blackheart only has 2 power generators on the hydro, and he's making his air factory, so he's probably not going to rush a transport. Blast has 3 power generators, and he's going for first transport. You can see they're single trees, and there's groups, so the groups will help him. Oh, unless his engineer is stupid and walks over those trees. He's probably going to stall now. No, he's for sure going to stall. So he pauses the engineers which are assisting. That's the best idea, because the factory benefits from adjacency while the engineers do not. So if you're stalling power and you're assisting your air, then you want to pause the engineers, not the factory. So, transport done. Blackheart's Inti is not even halfway across the map. Neither is his scout, so looks like a better build from Blast already. Or rather, good build versus what Blackheart is doing. So, Blast still in his base. Needs to stay in his base a little bit longer because all of his build power is traveling across the map, using the power of flight. Blackheart, however, is leaving. He has a lot of engineers in his base. He'll have no trouble getting pigeons and more air factories and stuff like that. But what does he know, though? What does he know about what's going on? Has he guessed that there's been a transport here and gone? I don't know. Just have a bomber, and that's definitely what you need to do. If you're not going to rush a transport, you probably want to have a bomber, because if you don't catch the transport with the inties, which is not a guarantee, especially on a map where you're this far away from each other, then you gotta have a different option. But this bomber is heading for this expansion. Meanwhile, Blast is here, and he's actually already landed and has a factory, so it's going to be very difficult. The only way the bomber could really influence this would be, I mean, he could slow down the expansion for sure, and maybe he could bomb the factory to destroy some units while dropping his own units here. Oh, here comes the drop from Blackheart, but still he has not seen Blast's drop. So now we have quite a bit of mass in the bank, and he's gonna begin ecoing immediately. 2 mexes now, and add more power. You can see a Blackheart only adds a few pigeons at once, and this allows you to maintain a good economy balance. If you queue up like this, if you queue up this many pigeons, your economy balance is not gonna be that good, basically. Now there's ways you can do it where you can have especially on a map which is large, you can have, say, a few engineers which constantly build. Oh no, his transport has been shut down. Hi, says Blackheart. That's his first sight of blast drop, so it's a really difficult start. But yeah, as I was saying about the pigeons, you can queue up a lot of pigeons, but you do it with, say, less engineers. Maybe you can have 2 engineers building all the time, just in case, you know, you forget to build. There goes the bomber, by the way. And then you sort of supplement that with a few engineers here. Oh, I need power. I see my mass is... I have some mass and I have 0 power overflow. Then you just throw down a few pigeons and then go back to assisting something. Things like that. Small orders, short duration orders are what you need for a good eco balance. And you can mix it with some automation. There goes the bomber from Blast. There is nothing to bomb. Probably could park the bomber over here on standby and wait for a scout to come over. Here's another bomber, another air factory, some eco from Blast now. Still no expansion here. This expansion is slow, very slow in fact. And Blast Drop is going to land. He only has 4 engineers. I don't know why he only has 4 engineers. If you look in the base, I mean, you can see it's pretty low on engineers in the base, but really, just imagine 50% more build power. Imagine how much better it would be, and how much more chance of success of taking this expansion would be if he had just a couple more engineers. And there goes Blackheart's transport, but it's a different transport. He already has one here, and you can see he's placing multiple factories, and also he's placing them not on trees, which is very good. You can see he just very carefully missed the trees here, or maybe by accident. He's just lucky, but I feel like that's not an accident. So if he builds on trees, the engineers are going to walk all around the place. It's very important that you don't waste time when you're fighting for an expansion. You've already lost this one. He has to win this expansion, basically. And he's going to bring his ACU to support, so you can see leaving the base early pays off a little. Even now. Which is one of the interesting things about Supreme Commander. We're at 8 minutes, and the decision he made at 3 minutes or whatever when he left the base is going to help him now. He's closer to the expansion, and he's going to probably be out. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can see here now we see the pain of the trees being in the way of the factory. So we got 4 factories versus 2. We have a whole bunch of tanks versus 2. We have 1 ACU versus 5 engineers. And the maths is all bad for Blast there, but that's fine for him because he already has the other expansion and has had it for free, basically, no contest. So a naval factory over here. You have to find things to do with the engineers in your expansion. Oh my god, this is still very slow. He needs to be more active with his transport, which he's doing now. You can see Blackheart, every mech's taken already, and a lot of economy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mass extractors in the base at T2. PD planned. I don't know if that PD will finish. by the looks of it. And also Blackheart has some artillery, of course, mixed in already, anti-air, and now it looks like he's going to start building the mexes. He really has enough factories here already, and he's going to actually drop here and expand and try and even take this naval factory here. Once again, it's just he has build power there, so he's finding ways to use it. T2 land planned for blast in the expansion. Also T2 mechs is going up there. This might be a better spot for T2 land, safer for place for an HQ. Blackheart rolls into the expansion now, and it's just an easy walkover. So we'll probably see all these factories be recycled. Yeah, a few of them go down. Oh, this rogue engineer is still building. This one is reclaiming. People working at opposite ends. Or two opposite ends. And so Blackheart has this expansion. Yeah, look at this. He has a transport, which he's just dropped engineers here to take this expansion. He is capturing mexes. And actually Blast has T2 air now. Let's see his PGen. Just started. There's a gunship here to try and save a mex. The transport for Blackheart is spared. Mercy from Blast. Interesting. T2 air finished, and T2 PGen already done for Blackheart, and he's making another PGen. And you can see he actually has queued up basically 3 PGens at once and a shield after the second PGen. And I guess, well, he's intending to make a lot of economy. That's what I have to guess. He already has still all these T2 PGens. The game is basically now going to move towards Navy and air. The fight over the islands was pretty short. Not much of a fight put up here. No fight here. So now that everyone has their half of the map, it's time to focus on the economy, and then also Navy and air. Land is not going to be a huge factor, but there is T2 land. This is going to be nice for flak, and also Wagners can raid this. Frigates can also raid all these mexes, so you don't really need to invest into T2 land to raid this stuff, but it can be nice. Annoying Wagners are rarely a bad option for a Cybran. So time for Eco. I don't know why he's building T1 PGens here. It's very strange. He's finishing his second power now and making more. And it might be time to speed up. Oh, the transport that was spared earlier on has now caused a lot of suffering. It's always annoying to lose this island, just because you never have vision there. Once it dies, you don't have vision, and it can be quite annoying. You can also have annoying frigates come around here and kill mexes, run away, kill mexes, run away, or even Wagners can be also good for that. So frigates will clean up the tanks, and then we'll should have engineers dispatched immediately to retake this. T2 air, well, that gunship is going to get taken out. It does a little bit of damage. Over here the Wagners are being spotted by the frigates. The UAF frigates are going to lose though. There's 3 Cybran frigates still there. Just some gunship raiding, a torpedo launcher in the wrong spot. A frigate not shooting. And Blackheart's going T2 land now. Is that an HQ? It is. and a lot of power, and you can see he's using all of it. So he can probably go T3 air soon, to be honest. But I don't know if he'll be going for that. Oh, he's going for T2 Navy very soon. And I think it's definitely the right time. You can see he has a lot. He has all his mexes. He has a lot of mass income. Definitely time to make T2 Navy. It's generally once you get to this stage, that's the most important tech that you are gonna need is T2 Navy. And also, UEF frigates are sort of the second worst. They're expensive. More expensive than Seraphim and Cybern, of course. 280 mass. Would drop from Blast. Some Mantis gonna chew on the T2 mechs. Looks like they will kill one. The gunships are coming. That's one T2 mech's dead. Not bad. The Wagner's being monitored by the frigate sonar. And these mechs is in the middle, which are always, well, often ignored because, well, how do you really hold on to them? They can just be killed so easily by frigates, but and they can also be easily killed by a single engineer or captured. So Blackheart just chilling here. He's very exposed, honestly. He's very exposed. All of his air is in his base, and now it's actually going towards Blastchill's base. T2. Oh, we have some Janus. We have T2 Navy finished. Some weird rally points here. Oh, he was shooting at a Wagner, I see. So now destroyers gonna be on the move. Here come the gunships, and oh, that mech is 50% upgraded, and it's dying. And this one is also 60% upgraded. These mexes are not upgrading, so that's fortunate. He doesn't lose these, but he lost two mexes there, which were more than halfway upgraded. That is a very nice gunship rating. And now a lot of air for Blackheart coming. While Blast is moving to T3 air, he's trying to get his T3 Pigeon up. But here come the Janus being used against mexes. They're not that good against mexes, because mexes are a small target and their damage is spread pretty wide. So he's also attacking T1 PD. Maybe he's planning on dropping some units or something. Oh no, the T3 sonar is in danger. Needs to run away. Its torpedoes are not going to be strong enough to hold off all these frigates. So that's actually a big waste. Sonar is, I think, a bit over 1,000 mass. Blackheart not switching to T3 air yet. Although it has shown up on his radar. And that Janus attack was, well, he killed one T2 mechs. So now he's going elsewhere. He's going to attack over here. That looks like a ground fire. So he's going to try and hit multiple mechs at once and the storage. But there is flak here. And this ground fire is pretty effective in comparison to the last attack. He's going to kill two mechs, storages. Oh, no, this one's still alive. And there's only one Janus left. Should finish it with this. Oh, the bombs didn't reach it. It's pretty lucky from Blast, and Blast also takes out some frigates. He lost his factory here though. More frigate warfare here, but there's two destroyers. That's cheating. That is not a fair fight for those Cybern frigates. Blast has T2 Navy now, but very little build power. All his build power is over here building pigeons. That pigeon is so close to the water. I would be very scared for that power. Might be time to recycle some T2 power as well now. There's those annoying Wagners doing what they do best. And look, he's gonna aim for these T2 mechs as well. You can see the order he has. Little attack order, move order, little attack order. Because he probably doesn't have vision on those mechs. Or, yeah, see, if you target these, you can't really target them. You have to scout them again, so instead he gives the attack orders. And the move orders. Blast is a head-on economy. Got full storage T2 mechs in the core there. More Navy coming, and he has started his 4th T3 mass extractor. That's a lot of mass. Blackheart finishing his 3rd. He's gonna probably immediately be making more, and will never stop until the end of the game. A lot of ASF for Blast already, but where's the strap bomber? You can see Blackheart already has a shield here. One Cybern Strat could kill all of these mexes. So you gotta build a shield to defend these. These also need to be shielded, but there's no T2 tech on this island at all. So here comes, well, we have a destroyer over here. We have 6 destroyers total. 3 in this location. Coming up against the frigates. They're in range of the frigates, so they're taking a lot of damage. Oh god. This frigate here, this destroyer here is getting surrounded. If Blast keeps chasing, he would kill this. And the beauty of UEF destroyers is you don't have to worry about getting too close to them because their torps are terrible. But here comes torpedo bombers finishing off that low one. This destroyer over here can just about reach the core and take out a mechs and a T2 factory. Torpedo bombers. Oh wow, we have. Well, this destroyer actually can reach as well. It's taken out multiple mexes, and we have riptides coming from the main base, or where? Are those coming from all the way over here to the left side? It seems like. So Blast really fell behind on T2 Navy because he has T3 air, multiple T3 pigeons, and more T3 mass income. And so now he's suffering, he's taking damage. But he is going to clean up the destroyers that are right around him. So aim is get the mass as soon as possible, stay ahead on economy, and he just needs some T1 PD here to deal with these riptides. That's all he needs. And he has no units which can shoot back. He has MMLs and he has anti-air. He's trying to build rhinos now. But he's going to take so much damage from these riptides. Already has taken damage. See, all these mexes are dead. And this is it's a lot of damage to be taking. Blackheart, we can see ASF for him. Nice damage over here. That Wagner should have given another order to come over here and kill this. He might have actually succeeded in killing 3 T2 mexes there. He got 2 though. Blackheart with T3 air, making his 2nd pigeon now. Get the recycling done. Just grab all these pigeons, get rid of them once you have the T3 power finished. This HQ is going down, so no more Wagners for the time being. Very nice cruisers can be so far back and just clean up everything, and he has build power here. That's a lot of torpedo bombers, like so many torpedo bombers, and all these riptides are still alive. 6 riptides, and they all have about 1,000 mass killed. And actually T3 Navy from Blackheart. Not interested in making more UEF destroyers. Once all of his destroyers got torped while that was happening, he was upgrading to T3 Navy. These mexes were T2. Oh, that's a strap bomber that dropped a bomb there. I am missing stuff, aren't I? Here's the strap bomber. The decal kind of gives it away. So that's no shield on those. Blackheart making RAS. Very nice upgrade. See, he has mass in the bank. He can dump that mass so quickly into his economy using... Oh my god. He doesn't manage to take out the... Oh my god, the battlecruiser just ran into the stealth Salem's. And the sonar survives on 10 HP. Nasty. And you can see the battlecruiser's laser has the same range as the Aeon Destroyer and the Salem's cannons. But once the Salem's get closer and the torpedo damage comes in, then it's really bad for the battlecruiser. You want to stay right in the edge of range. Oh no, it's happening again. Blast needs to run in. And that's what he's doing. Oh my god. That's 2 dead battlecruisers to a whole bunch of Salem's. 8 Salem's just took out 2 battlecruisers. That's one to forget. Blackheart's not going to enjoy the memory of that. But hey, he has another one. Just one though. Could have 3. No, also no shields. Oh wait, he has 2 in fact. So still a powerful navy. And Blast is still making T2 navy. You can't keep making T2 navy. Also, there's no submarines. I think in this matchup you gotta be making T2 subs, especially when he has this air. He has all these torpedo bombers. And Blast's economy, fire superior, 373 to 286. Even though he's lost this expansion, he has done nice damage and maintained his own eco well. Full T3 mechs in this core is very nice. Might be time to replace the T2 land HQ. Always nice to have that. It's not a huge investment at this time. But really what he desperately needs is T3 Navy. He has to make battleships to deal with the battlecruisers. In the meantime, I would say all of his support factories should be making subs. And that's just going to allow him to snipe cruisers. Oh no, that's a bad waste of torpedo bombers. Oh, landing right next to Blackheart's engineer, which is going to... Oh my god, they're getting absolutely destroyed. What the fuck was that? They just flew into this mountain and... Well, you saw what happened. You know as much as I do. Just bizarre stuff. Battlecruisers pushing again. No shield boats. No shield boats. I don't know why Blackheart didn't make any shield boats. Oh, here's one. Battlecruiser's best friend is the shield boat. So right now you can see they're taking a lot of damage. There's a lot of Salem's. Some subs would be amazing. You can snipe the cruisers, snipe the shield boats, do a lot of damage to the battlecruisers. They don't have good torpedoes, of course. And you then force Blackheart to make Coopers, which he will not want to make. Now the battleship arrives, or rather comes out of the factory. Hasn't arrived at the front yet. Blackheart puts a full HP battlecruiser to the front. And yeah, Salem's are going to start disappearing very quickly. Yeah, look at that. It's nasty. He can't fight this anymore. Too many battlecruisers. The only way he won was earlier versus these two was... look at Blackheart taking the mass. That's so much mass. Nearly funds the T3 mechs. Well, Maybe not that close, but Blackheart also building his air grid. Not much space to build one on this map in your main base. And that definitely looks like he has air control. How many? Oh, well, he has a ton of inties still, which somehow still have fuel. A lot of them are about to run out. 45 ASF to 42. There's almost no inties. And they are out of fuel completely. So we're very even on air. The Navy, though, adding some subs, he could be doing so much free damage if he had 10 subs. 10 subs would cost him the same as 5 destroyers. And now he's moving in with the destroyers. And he's gonna lose them. There's just no way around it. But he's trying to do damage. Now they turn around, they can't shoot. 0 DPS. But with the battleship here, he should be able... Oh yes, he can finish off both these low HP battlecruisers. The shield is already dead, has been killed, that's good. On the right side, some T2 Navy has come around this island and cleaned it. And there are still some engineers. This is where just a few T1 bombers could kill all the build power, and that would mean no reclaim, no rebuilt mexes. It's also a free mex to be killed here. But now he's going to probably send this navy down here where he can perhaps attack. And yeah, Blackheart already planning for that. Making some artillery. That's pretty expensive. I think he can just kill the destroyer here and then there'd be no need for all that artillery. The battlecruisers are falling back. They really don't have any support. There's a couple of Coopers. But there's 3 battlecruisers, some Coopers. There's no shields. There's no frigates. And there's no battleship. And he's not actually planning on making a battleship. Normally, you would have to make a battleship to deal with the enemy battleship. Because the Cyber battleship is just going to be superior to a battlecruiser, basically. So much more HP, only slightly more cost. A lot more range. So I'd be surprised if Blackheart doesn't make any battleships. Why did that lose HP? What did I miss there? Oh, a Salem raiding here. There's only 2 on mexes, so not much to raid. It's more of a mass donation, most likely. This navy got cleaned up. Some nice reclaim left here. And Blackheart building a lot of artillery for no reason. Rather reclaim these and make more T3 mexes. Blast still leads by 100 mass income in the economy, and he has 6 battleships. 6 battleships. That was a... You can see he really put all of his mass now into navy. Oh well, I say all, but there's a nuke launcher. What does Blackheart have? Well, he has 5 battlecruisers versus 6 battleships. That's not going to be effective. Blackheart has a nuke already, only slightly faster than Blast, but how much faster do you really need to be? Only slightly faster, I guess. And he's making a nuke defense. Has he seen? Yeah, he's seen the nuke. Stealth, not too effective. He actually saw it before it was finished. Had scouted the building. So good scouting from Blackheart at the right time to spot that, and so he will not be getting nuked. Barring some really bad play, which I don't expect. Got some mermaids in there for the stealth cover. Damn, with this many battleships, what can Blast not kill? I mean, that's a terrible sentence, but I think you see what I mean. There's no way these 5 battlecruisers can stop the battleships, and especially with, well, we have frigates and we have Salems. The Salems can run in, honestly, get the torpedo damage going. The micro of the T3 Navy is not very good. It's gonna lose a battleship. There's no reason to lose one here. Blast, where are the setting skills? Oh, is this gonna be allowed to live? No. No, no, no. Yeah, there's literally no way you should lose that battleship. Just gives one move order back to here. And he has one extra battleship. See Blackheart dodging a lot with these battle cruisers. They're pretty good at dodging. They have a decent speed for that and turn rate. So you can dodge, and then you add shield bolts now, so they're surviving until the shield bolts arrive. This one on 2000 HP. And the dodging is intense. So micro versus no micro. And Blackheart is making the battle cruisers do something for him, but still they are getting crushed. You can see by the battleships. Even with all that dodging versus no micro from Blast Shield. Now Blast trying to retreat with this one. Oh no, he's retreating at the exact wrong time. There's only 3 battle cruisers left. He's killed half of them. Do not leave. Well, he's leaving actually because of the torpedo bombers. But oh, that's a bad mistake. He should finish off all these while still under fire from the... Oh, there goes a battleship. Another one. He could kill all of these. There's only 1 left. There's just 1 T3 ship left. Now Blackheart has made a battleship, and he's making more. Took him a little while to switch to that, but his nuke is getting close to finished already. Blast is actually quite far behind. I guess he was stalling. Yeah, he was definitely stalling while making all that T3 Navy. I mean, you can't make 6 battleships that quickly without some stall. Oh, he made a carrier as well. He made 3 carriers. Wow. That's a lot of carriers. He doesn't want to make... Well, he's also made a absolute metric shit ton of cruisers. 12 cruisers and 3 carriers. I mean, just stop making ASF at that point. Maybe he has, in fact. Because he has no air. Where did all of his air go? I feel like I'm really missing a lot of things in this map. But, yeah, just abandon the ASF. Oh, SMD is going to be loaded for Blackheart. His Stone Ager is about 80-85%. Blast is behind him, but not too far behind. He has no SMD though. He's believing in the nuke to be an SMD. And Blackheart now has a higher score, still less economy. Because he's only upgrading these to T3 now all at once. I guess he had a lot of mass and storage. He did. Now he has none. And he's actually has reclaimed those artillery as we saw earlier. He should not be stalling right now. It's a bad idea. Now at least he has some drones to help the nuke. The nuke itself will basically almost stop building. Or rather, the nuke launcher will almost stop building the nuke when you stall. But the assisting engineers will still provide the correct amount of build power. It's a bit of a bug sort of thing, but also it has some nice balance implications actually. You have to balance your economy if you're making a nuke launcher and you want it to build in the correct time, or if you are going to stall, you have to have a lot of assists so that you still build a nuke decently fast. And here we have Blast not stalling and assisting with quite a few engineers. He really needs this. He desperately needs it. How much does this cover? Yeah, that's definitely not possible to nuke the nuke. If, say, the nuke was a bit further forward, you could launch right at the edge of the range of the SMD and maybe kill the nuke, but it's not possible here. And there goes Blackheart's nuke. Just launched. His SMD is loaded easily in time. And oh my. Everything Blast has is basically in the one place. Including his nuke. He needs to launch it. I hear it launching. Oh god, he's gonna lose absolutely everything to this nuke now. His ACU. His ACU doesn't have RAS, his ACU doesn't have T3. Ooh. Here comes the nuke. Is it gonna kill all the pigeons? I feel like it is gonna. T3 air HQ goes down. There's one pigeon left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He lost 6 or 7 pigeons there. Has one left. And all he can nuke now is this expansion. Blackheart leaves in a transport, and the 50 cruisers that Blast has built are not going to stop any of the strap bombers. You see, right as he gets nuked, Blackheart just sends strap bombers to attack all these T2 mexes, which are completely undefended. So those strats just immediately get some nice damage in before they get taken down. How much Navy does Blast have? He has 6. Look at all the Navy. And Blackheart has what? 2 battleships and 4. Blast needed to crush the Navy, but he was afraid of the torpedo bombers. He really needed to push hard and try to kill the base with Navy. He had so many battleships at that time, but now he's pushing. I feel like this might be too late. I mean, he does have a pretty huge Navy. The problem is that the T3 Navy stage, it can take, if it's pretty even on the T3 ships, it can take a long time to actually win the fight, because the units have so much HP and range. You can't just go in and win instantly. But you've got to feel he has enough here to win the Navy. Maybe he can try and run to the base. I don't think it was possible to actually kill this nuke launcher with Navy. With Cyber Navy. Maybe with UEF Navy cruisers he could have done it, but there's too much terrain protecting this nuke launcher. So I think he couldn't have actually taken out the... What the hell? What are those doing? I don't know why there's so many torpedo bombers there. And now here comes Torpegeddon from Blackheart. How much reclaim did Blackheart get? 64. So not even that much more than Blast. God, there's still so much reclaim. This is from a long time ago. Gotta say, Blast could have done better with the grabbing that. But it is all or nothing right now. Blast has no power, so that means no air control. He has no SMD anywhere. Well, he's trying to make SMD now. Meanwhile, this nuke is over halfway loaded. So Blackheart can just nuke that SMD. And the SMD is also built right next to all the power as well, so that's a very bad sign for Blast's chances in the future. All Blackheart has lost is some T3 mexes in his expansion, T2 HQ. Not a big deal. Actually, the only thing Blast has to make air, he could use the carriers. They have a lot of build power, so he could maybe try and do something with that. I don't know what he could possibly do. Maybe he could secretly make strats and then try and fly them over here and kill the nuke launcher. That would be... Yeah, if you pull that off, you're a god. Looks like he's just trying to run towards the base. Not going to fight the Navy. Or, well, he's going to fight the Navy because he's forced to. But he's not really interested in that. He wants to just head towards the base and maybe try and kill the base. That seems so unlikely. He's Blackheart now has a lot of build power. He has a second. He has a support factory, T3. He has drones assisting. His navy is really in the wrong place though. If Blast comes down here, he's gonna need to maybe turn around and not head up this direction. But he has quite a few T2 ships now. Or T3 ships, sorry. Battle cruisers making mincemeat of these cruisers and frigates and mermaids, and Stealth not helping because he's now in range of the Omni, wherever the Omni is. There it is. Yeah, you can see the range of the Omni is. The Omni sensor is there, so Stealth is useless now. And yeah, he's turned around his T3 ships and changed the rally points. And once this naval attack is stopped, and it will be stopped, look at this, 3 battleships now and 4 battlecruisers there, 3 battlecruisers at home. And this nuke is going to launch onto the SMD surely. It's almost loaded. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battleships. Mostly with good HP. But the torpedo bombers. And actually the T3 Navy here is going to come down and squash them in between the production. And well, let's see what damage he can do. What can he aim for? Oh, there's even T2 artillery now going up in the base. The nuke is launched, but to where? Yeah, right here. SMD not loaded. All of the power is going to die this time. There's no power anywhere else. There's big advantages to having some decentralization in your base. And the nuke launcher is definitely one of it. Better to have a centralized base if you have SMD though. But Blast didn't make one. T3 ships going down, but there's all the cruisers are dying. They're actually all dead now. There's only, well, there's 3 left. Still 2 battle cruisers. Another one about to finish. All the battleships coming down. The nuke lands, kills everything. Blast now has how much power? 3.3k. I don't even know where he has 3.3k power. Honestly, I have no idea where does that come from. He doesn't have RAS. So he has a T2 Pigeon there. Well, that's a mystery. How does he have 3,000 power income? Did I miss it? Oh, there it is. There's a... well. Yep. And the Navy has been finally crushed. He killed the T3 Air HQ. Ultimately not important. The only thing worth killing would be the ACU, and he's not killable. Barring a ton of subs, but I mean all of the torpedo bombers would kill those very quickly. Oh, they're actually over here. Yeah, I don't think there's any way. Blackheart can always run away. Hop on a transport even, because there's no air for Blast. Blast is now taking a ton of reclaim. So he's still trying. He's still trying, but he is gonna, now this will be nuked next, most likely. He doesn't have, wait, he has a nuke sub. Of course, he can't fund the nuke. And also it's gonna be very obvious that he has one with the TML. Blast asking if Blackheart was loaded. Blackheart was loaded easily in time. It wasn't even close. And now we're left with Blast with one T3 naval unit. Sorry, two, but one of them is a nuke sub not meant to be used against Navy, and the other is a battleship. Blackheart has 9 battle cruisers and 3 battleships. Probably he doesn't even need to make any more battleships. He could really do absolutely anything. So he has infinite mass on his doorstep. You can see 50,000 in reclaim. His T3 Navy can kill everything on the map before Blast can do anything about it. That is for sure. And the nukes will keep loading. That's a RAS SU. Blast, realizing he's getting nuked, builds something that will stop him from losing all his power to nukes. It's something that can dodge a nuke. And that smells like desperation. Desperation and memes. Here come the subs, and Blackheart steps out of the water. And the subs kill all of the torpedoes kill all of the subs pretty quickly. And there's also Coopers here. Now the battleship's arriving. Another nuke is launched right onto the RAS SC production. And there's a hive, or sorry, not a hive, a harm built there. Ouch. Blast continues building his secret power station here. The UD survival mode engaged from Blast. The problem is he only has, what, 2? 2 RAS SUs. It's very difficult to play UD survival mode with only 2 RAS SUs. You're gonna need 30, 40. And also somewhere to build more, preferably. And now we just have to wait for Blast to be found and killed. Here he is. He's making laser. No, in fact, he's making teleport. He already has the laser. The nuke sub is doing its best against the battle cruisers. But the battle cruisers have TMD. So, oh, that's a dead battleship as well. It's a lot of torpedo bombers. Oh, Blackheart just flew directly over Blast ACU. He's looking for him. He's desperately looking for him. But all he's finding is submarines. The power base has... Oh, Blast. The power base is found. There's only a single sub, which is very conspicuous and trying to make Blackheart think it's the ACU there. But actually the ACU is over here with his 2 best buddies. The RAS SUs. The only thing able to fund the teleport, which means he's probably not going to finish the teleport, I would say. And Blackheart nukes the sub, or tries to nuke the sub, and the submarine just dodged, which sort of gave away that it wasn't an ACU. It was moving very quickly. Blackheart is definitely very good at finding Blast. Pretty sure he flew over him already, but didn't pay attention. Well, there we go. Finally. So, a nice game there. Bit of a comeback from Blackheart. He was very behind on economy. The nuke for sure won the game there. Blast was in a good position. I mean, it wasn't 1-1 for him, but yeah, the nuke was brutal. How much did it kill in the end? 86,000 killed. Nasty. So yeah, MVP SMD. Why is that open? Is it always open? Doesn't look like it's always supposed to be open. Anyway, 5 SMD load. Bit overkill there. So well played, both players. GG. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and tune in soon for another cast. Bye, guys.